The safety position is one that has seemingly become less and less valued in recent years. Kyle Hamilton is the outlier first-round pick, but each of the last 2 seasons, there hasn't been a safety taken until early in the second round. But I think that's going to change this year, because Georgia has a superstar safety prospect who is extremely high on a lot of big boards, including mine, and that is Malaki Starks. A player who can virtually play anywhere on the defensive side of the football. How high do we see him go in the 2025 NFL Draft? That is what we will be going over in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys want to see me break down next. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon. For $5 a month, you guys will get exclusive access to my big board, draft guide, prospect evaluations, player interviews, and much, much more. If you guys want to leg up on others in the NFL draft community, I highly recommend subscribing, as I think it's a really great tool for people trying to get involved in the space. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at Malaki Starks. Starks was incredibly impressive this past season for the Georgia Bulldogs. He started in every game for Georgia and was incredibly productive. He had 46 total tackles, 18 run stops, he allowed just 18 receptions for 200 yards, while also posting 3 interceptions and 7 pass deflections. He was everywhere for the Georgia defense, and he has caught the attention of a bunch of people in the NFL draft community. My favorite part about Starks is his versatility. He lined up everywhere for the Georgia defense, and he was productive everywhere he played. He started multiple games at both strong and free safety, but he also took a number of snaps in the box and the slot, and he even took some snaps at outside corner. He was everywhere for the Georgia defense, and I think that's something that NFL teams are salivating at when you look at how versatile of a prospect Starks really is. Starks is also very versatile in coverage. I loved the snaps he showed in the slot because he displayed incredible physicality while also displaying very fluid hips and great movement abilities. He can stop and go on a dime, and he is an incredibly fluid athlete. He also flashed very good ball skills, and it's why he posted such good interception and pass deflection numbers. He allowed a 61.6 NFL passer rating when targeted and is great in one-on-one situations. But he's also very good when playing that single high role, and he did a great job of watching plays develop on the back end and made some incredible plays, and could go sideline to sideline, and I love his coverage upside and the different ways that you can utilize him. The last area of Starks that was really impressing is his tackling and run defense. He is super aggressive as a run defender and did an incredible job at coming downhill and making plays happen in the backfield. He's a very strong tackler, and he does an incredible job of wrapping up, and he had an incredible 4.8% missed tackle rate, which is really, really impressive. He's one of the best tackling safeties in the entire draft class, and that's a tool that I think is going to translate very well to the next level. Starks is an incredibly well-rounded prospect, and there are very few areas of weakness in his game. One thing I will say, I think he is overly aggressive as a run defender, and it shows up in a couple of areas. For one, it's in play action. I think his first instinct is always to come down and make a play in the run game, and he bites too much in play action situations. I want to see him be a little bit more grounded and not have to quickly switch and rotate his hips to get into the backfield. But on top of that, I think he overextends in the run game, and he has some whiffs and can't make contact in areas that I think he should be able to. I think he just needs to be a little bit less aggressive in the run game and not be trying to make a play all the time. The other area of Starks that is a slight concern is his speed. I don't think he has bad speed in the slightest, but he certainly isn't the fastest player in the world, which is probably why he profiles better as a safety than in the slot at the next level. His speed is probably going to be in the low 4.5s, but it was something that I noticed that could cause him to slide a little bit because he doesn't have crazy blazing speed like you might be looking for. Starks is a super impressive safety. He can defend the run, he can cover, and he can tackle, and he's one of the most well-rounded safety prospects that I've ever watched. He easily would have been the top safety in last year's class, would have had a case to be the top safety in the 2023 draft class, and he's pretty easily my number one safety in this class. He does everything you look for at an elite level, and even his concerns are things that I'm not even that worried about. I think he's an incredible talent, and he grades out as a top 15 prospect in the class for me. As we mentioned, Starks is incredibly versatile, and I think he can play in just about any defensive scheme at the next level. Due to his strengths in man coverage, I'd love to see him play in a heavy man concept defense, something that allows him to watch plays develop on the back end, pick up deep routes that do get blown coverages, and kind of just be the quarterback for the defense on the back end. I also think he would work really well in a cover 2 type scheme. A scheme that allows him to get one-on-one matchups, stop deep routes, but also use him in certain formations in the box or bring him as a blitzer or put him in the slot. I mean, he can do everything for you, and I think he's extremely versatile, and you can move him around like a chess piece. My player comparison for Malaki Starks is Atlanta Falcons superstar safety Jesse Bates III. Both of them are extremely versatile, and they can play in virtually any defense in the NFL. Both are great in man-to-man coverage, have elite ball skills, are great tacklers, and while Bates might be a little bit more athletic, both have a very similar frame, and they've got a lot of the same tools, and I think they're both very comparable on a skill set level. Malaki Starks is a superstar safety. He does so many different things at such a high level, and I'm super intrigued by what he can bring to an NFL defense. I think he's one of the best players in the entire draft class, and ultimately, I believe that Malaki Starks will be a first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.